by that E-Blade, you will target by the Clark, goes in, pokes, someone goes out, you already lost. They're taking their sweet.
They got plenty. Last thing they gotta do. Very game. Get this quick. Back into this.
I like the bad idea.
Oh, mama!
Oh my god. Alright.
That's a space maker morphling.
There is...
TA.
Yeah.
But Wyvern, though, the babies bite their mama. Danger.
They can kill her even very easily.
A lot of the damage does come from the with this double active.
Because of the bonus attack, right?
Yeah.
And there's Centaur as well that can defend against them.
Mm-hmm.
You Snapfire that will be able to clear all the spiderlings as well.
I see the late game draft though that they can get to late game, get to the point where it's in line with this. I think pretty good.
Problem is, what do you pick here when you talk?
They take not me.
It should actually be really strong versus red lane. Right? Bat Rider should boy brew that. When I'm thinking about it, there's no spiderlings. Bids.
Yes, but there's an enchant.
Okay.
Strong back. Saw brood saw literally brood enchant.
Oh yeah, that's too.
Dump on the safe.
But Bat is good versus both.
But it is a bat mid, right?
No, please don't do that.
What are they running then? Bat safe lane? TA mid?
I'd rather do that, I think. I mean, I don't know, because Razor is mid. This is going to be so difficult. Their
team fight looks way better than the last. Confident. I think they know. They got something up their sleeve.
I believe in this SCA Brawl type lineup. The problem is the laning stage itself. Like, how do they get out of the laning stage? They just get out of the lane. Playing versus Razor Brood. It's going to be very difficult to not feed on that safe lane. We've seen Aster feed there.
That's I thought that was the best Aster game ever for. I still would favor Aster. I think TNC have chance to get out of the laning. I've seen these other lanes really change in 7 minutes. 7 minutes, we're losing. Morphling. Yep. I give TNC some hope because outplayed Aster in that last game. But then the ending for me was that disappointment, and I get to that point. Morphling and Willow.
At least they
well, gentlemen, please, we must go. The time has come. Enough of your talking. It is time to give it down to our casters and get this game rolling. Let's send it that way.
Yeah, let's get rolling, Slacks. Here we are, Lacoste. Game 2. Very different drafts coming into this one as well, where we've seen the kind of pick-up of a lot of late game for Aster, going away from the team fight, and then TNC kind of swapping things around for themselves.
Fuck, he was all about that Bat Rider. And this game, in the end, he got his wish granted for other team, but we'll still gonna see Bat Rider in the action. I believe there was one game that I've seen in Southeast Asia where Templar Assassin was played on the safe lane.
Okay.
Can't remember who it was or how it ended. I think it's doable. I think it's okay. Maybe not so much against the Broodmother. And I also want to see if Lanham will be playing position 5 from the off lane. Just get that extra creep plus the Broodmother, put a lot of pressure. You can also like play the jungle, leave Broodmother, potentially threaten the mid lane from the backstab, and also leave some solo XP to the Broodmother, which she definitely needs.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Gives you a lot of options there with the Enchantress. Just as you say. Taking a look here, Bok and Boomy. The Wyvern and Centaur going for that top rune. Borax and Lanham down bottom. No real contest from either side. It looks like Boomy there trying to figure out where some of that dire vision is. No new information gathered for him though. Looks like Borax with a sentry ward knows exactly what's going on. Ooh, where's it going? Is that sentry getting placed?
Nah,
No,
seems like he's
leaves it.
out. So yeah, they will have Enchantress plus Broodmother on the bottom lane, which I really like. Someone needs to body block that big camp. Body block it. Is there a sentry ward on Enchantress? There is one, so she could potentially unblock it. Wyvern starting with Arctic Burn. Side blades on a Templar Assassin. It's a lot of regeneration coming from the Broodmother, starting with the Ring of Protection as well. He knows that most of the damage will come from Templar Assassin. Wyvern really doesn't do too much. Boomy, yeah, he wants to body block that big camp.
He does get it done, and then up in this top lane, looks like Tim's taking a bit of damage there.
Just kidding, but there is a sentry ward. So Lanham will know. One thing you can do is fake it. Just pretend that you're inside while still having a sentry. And yeah, he will get a Ghost. Ghost level 1 has a creep. Sounds really good. Movement's below 25%. Same goes for the attack. Very annoying to play against.
57 damage as well. Getting some good clicks onto Gabbi and Boomy there. I mean, Lanham just trading out for the Arctic Burn. He'll clear out the Ghost though eventually. Slowly but surely whittling away at that creep that he picked up. It's good space for the Broodmother of 5 and 2. Yeah, we've seen this Templar Assassin safe lane a fair few times. Very similar to the Gyro, the Medusas of the world. You've got that side blade splash, you've got that acceleration to farm through jungle. And it's all about hitting your time. He's around.
Wyvern might be dead. Yeah, good body blocks.
Yeah, Lanham's in front of Boomy. Fairy Fire popped out, but XXS for this Broodmother will claim the first blood in that bottom lane. This means Gabbi.
A Courier
keeps on getting pressured. Courier down. What is that creep called? The Ghost's baby. It's got a weird name. Fell Spirit, yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed in 1,000 years, Gary.
I think there's something a bit odd. And Lanham's going to take that opportunity now to de-ward the camp. Kill off his own sentry ward in a second as well. And then in the other side lane, the top lane, Tims and Bok. Usually with a Snapfire Centaur, we see a lot of aggressive potential around level 2, level 3. They jump onto people. They're cooking forward there onto Borax. Tims considering the kill. But so far, very good for that Morphling lane. Top of the CS. Oh, Lanham.
Oh, Lanham doing nothing. Boomy, I mean, not really effective against these heroes. Lanham didn't even go for Nature's Attendant, just wants to be able to deal a bit more damage. When you play position 4 from the safe lane, you need to get some different item build. You need to bring some extra skilling cells.
A lot of damage on Gabbi. Turns with the Meld Strike. The Broodmother thinking about keeping going with that insatiable hunger. They stole a range creep there. As Lanham keeps that damage going, and it does mean, I believe, the large camp is still blocked because he couldn't deny his own sentry in time.
What you do is put it in the middle, so it covers the whole area, the whole box of the spawn, and then you can just attack it yourself and unblock it.
Yeah, just didn't have time to unblock it before the
yeah, so you usually unblock it at like 55.
Just a little bit off the mark there from Lanham. And they do lose Tim's top. Borax, Dark Willow, 1-1-0 build. Just Brambles and Shadow Realm shredding through Tim's snap. And Aster, this lane stage is something the panel brought up. That's, I guess, going to be a struggle for TNC. They're being burst down bottom lane. Gabbi back in the trees. Doesn't look like they've got a salve or anything, just relying on tangos at this point. But 2 couriers arriving should be a bit more regen there for your Templar Assassin, I assume.
Lanham is doing a very good job staying out of the XP range, which I mentioned. You want to give that Broodmother level 6 as soon as possible. We will see that kill on the top lane. Tim walks into the Bramble and gets Shadow Realm hit. Mid lane, great start for White Elf. 25 CS on Razor.
On Borax. Tims finishes him off. Some vengeance for Tim's Snapfire there. But yeah, that mid lane you're mentioning. Armel bat against that Razor of White Album. This is how we expect it to go.
Yeah, it's not a bad matchup for Razor, where if he feels threatened, can always use that static link. We see a go on a mid lane, Cookie plus a Scatter Blast available. Batrider doesn't have that, so Batrider's gonna...
Right here, he's dive tier 1 and White Album kills him. Sure, the Scatter Blast comes at the very end. And bottom lane, oh, the Centaur gonna try body block Gabbi. XXS and Lanham retreating from their own aggression. But it's that uncomfortable feeling you have as Gabbi in the spot lane. The TA right now, 20 CS, not a bad number, but every last hit has been a struggle, an uphill battle to try and contend with this Enchantress and the Broodmother. Well,
now she gets a big creep, and this is where the problem starts. I also want to see them bringing a Sentry Ward, because Templar Assassin has a meld, so you might be able to get either a turnaround kill or survive because of it. Boomy, 1.1-on-1 build, which I like. Cold Embrace, just to have. We've seen in the previous game exactly against the same heroes what it can do.
I guess this time around you've got more plug-in Razor who do add a little bit more magic damage to your repertoire. Even the Brood Mother.
Mid lane needs DP rotation.
Yeah,
There.
This time around, White Album is draining a lot of damage, but should die here for the damage over time. No, he's fine. Armel doesn't go for the finish. Razor survives, gets
He's
the
not
1 kill on
moving.
Tim's. He's very slow, but he's alive.
Rune spawning in 5 seconds, has 1 tango to work with, could potentially refill the bottle, might even go pick up a bounty rune. Let's see where it spawns. It's bottom, being guarded by Borax, so we'll be picking up a few bounties. There's already 1 deep observer ward in dire triangles, cutting things out, but there are no stats being made at the moment.
And Gabbi, Cold Embrace refraction back onto XXS. Brood Mother gets into the trees over the webs, and this Mud Golem is going to split into a couple of Shard Golems in a second if they're not careful with what they're doing with him. But again, it's Templar Assassin and Winter Wyvern forced to use their spells, cooldowns, resources, just to play defensively in the lane, while Brood Mother's still getting a lot of farm there.
Lanham needs to stay close, but not too close, if you know what I mean, Gary, because they want this level 6 on a Brood Mother, then the Spiderlings are going to come out. Refraction will not be as good as
Social
it is.
distancing from the Enchantress.
Exactly.
Keep that 1.5, 2 meter distance from your Brood Mother. Armel, so far, not having the best of times in mid lane. Getting chased down by White Album.
He goes back. He's dead.
He's got the lightning, he's got the plasma field, he's dead, you're right. 3-1-0 for your Razor now out of that mid lane, and again, that touching point, the fact that this kind of scaling lineup from Aster, the ability to get out of the laning stage with any kind of advantage is a victory for them in its own regards.
Centaur has a lot of farm. He's sitting at 37 CS. Vanguard done already. Doesn't feel killable at the top. But the bottom lane, it's just, they don't have enough, and now Gabbi's in trouble.
No, I think Gabbi might be dead as well. Does have the meld, turns around and whacks XXS under the tower with the aggro on him. Gabbi sticks around in this bottom lane, but very likely needs some kind of TP rotation to help him. There's skeletons, the spiderlings, there's a dark troll, sure, traps are coming out, but Lanham is going to face tank Gabbi's damage. That's an overstep. Not respecting the TA's raw damage output. Still battling with the skeletons under the edge of the tendons though, and Gabbi, oh, stuck in the trees.
Skelly Bros.
Dead. And Brood Mother trying to slip away from Boomy. Turns around and fights the Winter Wyvern. Arctic Burn's going, but the heal and regen coming in from Brood Mother too much.
He might be able to turn. Hunger available. Now, just they keep the distance. Spiders will finish him off.
And another kill for your Brood. Killing spree for XXS. 8-3 start for Team Aster.
Lanham TP's bottom, using the healing cell. Templar Assassin TP's the bottom once again. Timon mid lane.
Counters the TP, but Tim has put himself in a dangerous zone, and now stunned up with a Cursed Crown. Finished off by White Album, while Armel, being strong-armed out of his own lane, cannot stand up against this rotation from Borax.
They might even rotate to the top lane. Another static lane in 20. No boots on Centaur, no Stampede. They will go on him.
Yeah, they're trying to get Bok. TP should be successful here, though. They've spent all of their stuns, well, it appears. Enchantress also getting out of the grasps of the TA bottom.
No stuns available. Armel desperately needs that boots of travel to come online. I don't see any stacks being made. There's White Album, who will probably invade the stack. Armel has Lasso available.
Free damage out of the Cold Embrace, though. And White Album, oh, they lose Gabbi's bottom too. Razor trying to run away from Armel and Tim's. Cookie with a flame break. They catch out the Razor. That's a lot of damage. Catch him with a lasso, and a huge streak being grabbed by Armel. Something goes the way of TNC, but it's one move for another. You know, the TA dying bottom lane, a tragedy for them.
This is second death on TA, as she can't afford to go bottom anymore. Needs either a rotation from a Batrider possibly, who will have boots of travel, or needs to have a Snapfire. Snapfire is just 1 CS away from level 6. We'll get it.
And something that Aster, you know, maybe learned from Cuckoo, right? The Brood Mother going to the enemy triangle very early on. We could see that swing from XXS, especially against the TA, right?
Both of these heroes, like Batrider, loves to be in a triangle. Same goes for Templar Assassin.
Stampeding. They find Lanham. But in comes the Razor. Tims and Bok on the retreat. XXS also maneuvering himself around the back of the fight. Can they catch up to the Centaur, though? It's a lot of stolen damage. And there comes the Lightning.
Razor is having a really good game. Same goes for XXS on the Broodmother.
They're being run over, man. They've got Cold Embrace on Boomy, but this Broodmother just never stops going. Down goes the Wyvern.
Aster is playing so aggressive. This is what, this is the timing where your Broodmother is super strong. 10-pick Broodmother against no real AoE. If they want to rotate one hero against the Broodmother, that should be Centaur. Other heroes can't really deal with the Broodmother. Should be one of the
He's living! He survived! Oh, Mel couldn't get the finish even on that pesky little Enchantress. Now it's Firefly ends!
Stops.
Stuck on the wrong side of that little hole in the ground. And TNC bleeding out. Kill after kill.
5k gold.
Tower after tower. Tim's in trouble now. They're going to terrorize over in that top tier jungle as it looks like Gabbi trying to battle with a Willow and Enchantress, but Mortling coming in now. Swiftly move with that Bedlam damage, and Gabbi gone yet again.
Gabbi tried to pull a little sneaky on them, go inside their jungle, but there is a ward scouting him out. So Centaur needs to play bottom. He will be able to defend the tower. And as you mentioned, XXS is something that Cuckoo done before.
Yeah, look at him.
He's going to be in a triangle.
That shuts down so much of the farm that you don't need to play bottom anymore. Bottom jungle is not that effective. So Broodmother stealing these stacks and, more importantly, taking the Ancients out of the game means TA doesn't really have any catch-up mechanism anymore.
He might not be able to clear the Ancients.
He'll defend them.
But yeah, just the threat of a kill could potentially be there. Can collapse on the top tower, which is sitting at the 400 HP. Very aggressive moves from XXS. He clears the bottom tower, rotates to the mid, they secure it, gets one kill while doing that, and then invades the enemy triangle. So DA will get some recovery time right now, sitting at the 4,000 net worth.
Well, they force the Firefly defensively from Armel.
Three cores at the top right now from Team Aster.
Everyone bodyguarding that triangle with their lives. Snapfire there, yeah, she's level 6, so we could have some kisses come into play. Still about 1,000 gold away from your Blink on Centaur, though, and that's your primary form of initiation right now. I mean, it just needs so much for TNC to play their heroes properly, right? The bots and the BKB on the Batrider, you need that Dragonlance Deso on the TA, you need Blink Dagger on Centaur.
But didn't even talk about
require big items.
Monet has been farming silently, involved in one of the early kills.
Has he got Ags yet?
No, come on, calm down, Gary. He's going Manta style, wants to be able to get rid of some of the slows, can't dodge things. Not yet.
What about now?
What about now? Still nothing. I don't know if he's going for the Ags straight away. I would prefer it to T-Blade.
Could be lasso play. Enchantress, incredibly tanky though, still burns through a crisp inside a Firefly. Also Stampede to try and disengage. This XXS was also maneuvering himself
keeping the distance.
Terrorize. Sick from Borax. They've got the TA all locked up in place and booming. He wants a curse, but if he put him on, he can't choose a target. Finally gets a curse out there, but dies immediately after, and Razor giving chase off to Armel and Bok.
This is Team Aster that I've seen in the first season, in the second season. Yesterday, I don't know what was up, but also execution in the first game of this series was really not top-notch, but this is it. They've
warmed up.
Exactly, like they needed some time to warm up. 3 games, and they're back on track.
They absolutely are in the driving seat right now, belt buckled and ready to go. Razor working on BKB, and this is going to start to look like end game, late game for Aster. And these BKBs coming up very quickly. And Broodmother with all these aura items, tanking up the team. Yeah, the mech, the full Greaves in fact now delivered.
I don't think it's needed to get wipe this game. Usually something that Brood gets, but you're playing against TA, Centaur, Wyvern, kind of a waste. I would love this to be maybe a Solar Crest, just get some more armor.
Solar into Lotus maybe?
Yeah, Lotus Orb is also good against the Batrider and the Curse on top of it, just to get more utility. I wouldn't mind seeing AC on top of it, just be able to tank up. Great fear from Borax.
Our Terrorize was really spot on. just allows your Razor and Morphling to kind of waddle forward, force out an awkward curse, and then his mid lane bot being drained of all of his damage. Razor really starting to ramp up quickly. Stampede's out. Bot looks to escape. Trapped though by the troll net. Lanam cuts him off at the pass. Yule's on the way to Wyvern as well to try and stop them. And another fear. Two of them caught up in it, but Bok has survived.
Borax is so good at using these terrorizes early on before the fight like even starts. He's already there to split it. We've seen it in the previous fight on Winter Wyvern, so he can get the good ulti off.
Dire top lane being cut out by the Batrider. Mel get as much as he can out of the map. Because TNC, they could fight back. We've seen them out-execute and outplay a number of teams throughout the event so far already. Potentially, if they do hit these items, they could look good in the overall team fights with what they've got. You know, the curses, the kisses, the stampede, the blink stop, and Gabbi with Armel. They've lassoed up the Razor. This is the first step to mounting a comeback. Just got to not lose anyone from this point on out.
Available
Templar
on
Assassins surrounded by
no
Spy-Blings. Any stuns from Borax? No. TA's out. Armel not going to have the same security though. As the kisses launch towards the Dire team, but Monet's there. Has the cookie forward, scatter blast.
Cookie factory.
It is, absolutely. And I think Tim's here just going to pop out a taunt and die with a triple kill going to XXS.
They might even go inside a bit. They have enough sustain from the Morphling, a bit low on mana. Guardian Greaves will be available in the 20 seconds. Let's see if they decide to go for it. Seems like they will. Because there is enough damage coming out from the Morphling, coming out from the Broodmother. They also have a Centaur from Enchantress to scout things out. Might be able to bail a bit. We'll see how this fight actually is going to go. Batrider, no lasso. Blink Dagger available.
No
Roshan
kisses.
half HP, no kisses, as you mentioned.
If there's a chance, it's now for TNC. They're all clumped up in the Roche pit. This is your window of opportunity.
What are you doing, brother? Centaur stomps him.
bumped. Borax is toying with them. Curse Crown connects, and Roshan still being chipped away at by Monet Morphling. Bok trying to front line, allow Armel to slip into the pit potentially. Flame break, not going to last too much longer though, and it's this standoff around Roshan. Aster, they are winning out. They're chipping away with these short cooldown spells. They're forcing TNC into an all-in or nothing position.
Terrorize is available. This is the big thing that they're afraid of.
There's the Winter's Curse. TNC started off and Roshan's nearly dead. They get the kill on Borax. Roshan's about to fall. The buyback comes in for the Dark Willow, but a cookie forward. In we come with a scatter blast and a steal. Bok gets the Aegis. The Terrorize again though as Borax buys back and comes in to swing the fight around again. Bok's dead and so's Gabbi.
Oh, they're gonna clean them up. Gary Batrider has the lasso, but he already knows the fight is over.
It absolutely is.
From Bok, but
stun.
that's all it's gonna be. One
damage.
buyback from Borax. Not sure Borax was needed to be in the front lines, just protect him with the Bramble Maze, fake bump it, good ability usage there. Flame break from Batrider to knock them out. Bok gets in, gets the Aegis still. Big win for Team Aster.
Oh, this is a big lasso though.
He's beyond
He's
godlike.
beyond godlike, right? The streak there. 808 gold goes to Tim's. Broodmother overstepping her bounds. But honestly, that team fight, I feel like Borax did that on purpose. He knew he had buyback, and he knows that TNC are an all-in position. If they cast a single ultimate on the Willow, then he knows the team fight is very likely just one straight off of it.
Now look at the XXS. He's gonna come in and start attacking the cursed target. Oh no, he's already dead there. Never mind. But once again, good terrorize there from Borax. They will clean them up. Once they group, there's not too much team fight once again coming out from the TNC. They have Mortimer's Kisses. They have Lasso. Pick-off potential is good if they can get one good curse to set things up. Reset possibly. Get a good save out of it.
We'll see what they can get done. It has been a real slow start for TNC, but the net worth lead only sitting around 3,000. 4K now it jumps up to. With such a drastic kill lead, you maybe expect a bit more, as we've been saying. Aster with a real fast tempo with the lineup they've got. The Broodmother's been such a big part of that. Solar Crest now done on her as well.
To full solar, which will give them more tankiness. Their heroes also heavily rely on dealing physical damage, so if you pop that offensively on someone, Razor will be able to solo kill him. Smoke from Team Aster.
You want to try and find a pick-off. It can start to get a bit spooky though for Aster, can't it? If TNC have their full force together, you were mentioning just the look of the hero models, very squishy on Aster, and they still need to itemize. Try and become a bit tankier against the combos that TNC has. Team for execution, definitely something that TNC have strived and has great success with.
TNC, because Team's got so much gold from that kill, 800 lasso.
Yeah, Dragon back. Old school backfield, going to catch out XXS. Terrorize, it's not going to split them wide enough. Boomy was on the outside and those kisses. Long-range lava projectiles and, what, 200 gold?
Another one. Yeah, that Aghanim Scepter is going to be big. You could potentially save people from Razor when he uses a static clank. Spit him out somewhere in the back. That's a good way of protecting the Templar Assassin. You can also initiate with it. Morphling, still 0 deaths going into Scotty, so that's gonna cripple some of the range heroes and also reduce the healing coming out from the Cold Embrace.
So what did you say is Scotty?
Yeah.
Does he have Aghanims yet?
Not yet, Gary. I would love to see E-Blade because it's a great way to blow up Wyvern. I don't think you can kill Snapfire. She's a bit too tanky at the moment, but it's also a good save against the possible Winter's Curse.
For those of you wondering there, Script pointing out, Aghanims Morphling means Shadow Realm Morphling. And I think when you get waveform attacks targets as well, you get a bunch of Shadow Realm attacks onto people.
I just want memes. I'm a serious guy. I'm here to talk about Dota, the professional esport gamers that are playing at the major.
You're rubbing off on me,
No, I don't want to see any memes, Gary. I think I've seen them all.
Spending too much time with Rich and Slacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I do love Slacks' new hat though, that little pink thing.
He's too cute.
One. They said they'll order some more for us, so we can be the pink hat gang. Flapping our ears.
Cuteness overload.
That's beautiful stuff. Oh, Aster not really pushing too aggressively for the past 2-3 minutes or so, just kind of letting TNC well across the map, push out that top lane, keep their farm rate up, which is why that net worth lead hasn't really moved too much from that 3 to 5k mark. And they're dipping back down to around 4,000. This does mean we've got some pretty big items out from TNC. And again, their ability to catch and kill heroes is tremendous if they could get a couple of smoke ganks going. I would love to see that aspect of their game. And look at that. Winter Wyvern literally buys 2 smokes. Let's go. It's time to fight. I think, yeah, even has a 3rd one already in the backpack. Time to gather up, boys.
3 smokes. You know you haven't been really using them correctly when you have more than 2. Same goes for the earn charges. If someone has more than... my number is 3, could be a bit too low.
Just use them.
Just use them, exactly. Blink Dagger. We'll keep them safe.
And this back door is really nice. We've seen so much of the bots, BKB, Etherland's Octarine Core, having this Blink full step. Again, displacement abilities. We've been talking about that so much this tournament with Tiny, Magnus, tossing and skewering. Now, you know, it's been a long time since I've seen this kind of build, because it used to be the build.
The build, exactly. We were more oriented towards Etherlands, BKB, then maybe a Blink Dagger, sometimes even full Octarine Core. New Shard is really good, like it applies as a stick in a palm, and you have 2 charges on the Flame Break. You need to be careful. This is also a displacement tool.
Exactly. This is their ability to just drag one of the cores completely out of the saving range of the Dark Willow, the Enchantress.
Batrider cutting the creep wave, Templar Assassin putting some pressure on the bottom. The tier 2 tower will still fall, I believe. They need a bit more extra damage. Morph everything into Agi, come on.
Okay,
I dare you.
I believe in you. It's also the fact that TNC are able to go on multiple targets, right? They've got Stampede, Blink Stomp, they've got the Blink Lasso, they've got the Winter's Curse, so they could split this fight, 3 ways and really give the Templar Assassin her choice of target to go on. They need to get it started first, though.
Aster needs to be careful how they approach the fight. It needs to be split, especially against Winter Wyvern. So, Razor going into some status resistance. I know what you're gonna say, Gary. I've seen that look on your face before. Morphling, finishing Scotty, going into Aghanim Scepter. You satisfied, Punk?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. We'll see it soon. It's definitely an item I'll enjoy to watch. Huge raw amount of nuke damage coming out of the Morphling. straight from his right clicks. Aghanim's for the TA now, so a bit more map maneuverability there for Gabbi. And Aster, the ones playing very tight-knit, grouped up together in that radiant triangle, taking down tier 2s after tier 2s. Like, mid lane's also going to get shredded by the spiderlings as well. Max Success claims that one. And the map starts to become a little smaller for TNC.
Every single tier 2 tower gone, while Team Aster has every single one of them. They're also holding both outposts, so that means there hasn't been any XP for a very long time.
It's also the fact that they've not given any chance for TNC to fight. Like, we keep writing this story about them being able to catch people, kill them. But so far, it's just been Broodmother in the past, what, 5 minutes or so that's had 2 deaths. So outside of that, we haven't seen Aster really relinquish any control of the map or give any opportunities to TNC.
TNC is still finding the farm on the map. Net worth difference around 5-6k constantly.
Keeping it competitive, keeping it close. There's the blink stop. Show off the Batrider displacement tools, and the kicks is going towards XXS. Heals himself up with the Greaves. And White Album has made its way forward here onto the Centaur, but they've got a Winter's Curse. Boomy holds it in place. This is well executed as they gobble up a Wild Wing, chuck it towards Aster. Bedlam there, but a cold embrace. Buys a bit of time for Box. Still with the Aster strike though, Monet will take him down. Gabbi hunting
out, and he TP's to the side lane.
Jump into the side lane, you're right, onto that trap, the disengage tool from Gabbi. Gets him away, so we have a 1-for-2 trade, which TNC should be very happy with.
XXS, after amazing performance for the first, 20 minutes, this is where Broodmother starts to fall off. We can see some of the downsides. You get caught, you die. Now has a casual call. I don't know if he wants to finish off the full hood. I would prefer if that's just a Lotus Orb against the Curse, against the Batrider ulti. Would feel really nice.
Would be cool, yeah.
Look at that, Gary. 800 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, yes. Oh, we love a bit of Aghanim Scepter. That's going to be another timing they look for. What's the Razor building, by the way? Because he went like yours, BKB.
Just some status assistance, more tankiness.
Oh, there's that drag back again. A blink stomp, lasso. Drag the Broodmother into that.
Looked like a really good curse, but Razors didn't have any damage. They're having fun. You know, spitting out the Wild Wing made him chuckle.
Gobble it up and spit it out to all your enemies. And we're going to have a BKB on Bat soon as well, so that's going to give him even more free reign in these fights to pick his targets.
They have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity, so once he gets that BKB, should be an easy pick off.
Yeah, pretty clear cut. Well, there it is. Ag's Morphling. He has turned into Dark Willow.
Shame.
No shame in this whatsoever. Let's see if he can actually use it though. Gabbi, scout it. Dark Willow. Get some ward coverage up on that high ground. And the smoke here is going to end from Aster. No pick off. Dark Willow replicate. I guess morph now.
From this point, it's much easier for Scrift to do these jumps. Everyone wants to see Morphling Dark Willow.
Oh, they're going to catch here. Now the chain starts to do it. TNC, they're executing onto Monet. They kill off the Morphling. Terrorize will send them back. Wow. Chasing Bok, the Winter's Curse. Holds them out again while tipped. Focused down by the Bedlam and the Broodmother. Bok trying to turn back, and they've got a cold embrace. But it's not enough to save him. Tim's about to buy back as the Melt Strike and Arnold's Batrider shoving towards White Album's Razor. Aster, though, overwhelming their opponents in that Radiant Triangle.
Was bought back, great execution. We've seen Batrider with the Blink Dagger and the BKB going in, surprising him. Maybe Morphling would love to have like a Lincoln Sphere to be able to protect himself. This Aghanim Scepter's cool. It's a 4,000 gold. Didn't see too much value out of it this time around.
He's bought it and died.
We need to balance it. I know you're a big fan.
Negative Nancy over here, Lacoste.
Yet to see how strong it is.
Well, we might not find out if he keeps starting like that. Again, just want to keep pointing out the fact that TNC are so very good at that interplay between their heroes, the team cohesion. It's always been a trademark of the TNC squads, no matter who's been playing for them. And this game feels no different in terms of how they're executing their team fights. They know when to jump, who to jump, and how to jump. It's just a matter of how high and how long they should go for.
TNC a lot of ability on their side. You have Wyvern with a Blade Dagger, same goes for Centaur, Batrider, TA also full Pike. And I see Snapfire going for a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier to set the saves up.
It's like that surprise factor, right, that TNC has a lot of. Ability just to find a hero, blow them up, get numbers advantage. So it'd be nice to see Aster starting to itemize towards, you know, the Eon Discs, the BKBs, those tankier items. Yeah, Broodmother's buying Eon Disc right there. I love that. Big fan. I think that's something that Team Nigma in particular have caught on to recently as well. By buying 3 or 4 Eon Discs in the late game, so important. And
especially against the instant jump that they got. You have Batrider Lasso, Winter's Curse, potentially PA can blow you up, but in the end, Broodmother decided to go for the full Pike.
And then we've seen that replay, of course. A couple of heroes lost out by TNC, unable to kill anyone apart from that Morphling. Still find it interesting, the pronunciation about Eon Disc, Aegis of the Immortal. Aegis. You don't really care, do you,
we had a patch where it was said that it's pronounced Aegis.
That's true. Ice Frog has spoken on that word in particular. We'll see if he...
Gotta listen to men.
Yeah, maybe, you know, he has a little tooltip on the Eon Disc as well and starts to correct us. Force us to pronounce it.
Yeah, Eon 730, Eon Disc removed from the game, Eon Disc pronounced Aeon Disc, okay.
Yeah. Smoke around Roshan for Aster. Batrider on that high ground with Firefly and Bok ready nearby. The Terrorize cancelled out. He blinks out there as well. Armel and Bok quick with the fingers. Get away from Aster as they start Roshan. They get into the pit. Gobble up, spit. There's the jump from a little creep.
Some damage, but there is Pipe already popped. And Guardian Breathe is going down so quickly.
A blink stop, and now the lasso drag back. The Terrorize doesn't really connect on anyone. Well, Monet, he's moved himself out of there. Borak's going to be the hero that dies instead. Monet still looking to finish off Roshan.
Monet.
He does die in the back. A BKB for the TA to win his gut. Roshan nearly dead, but the disarm on Gabbi. He was helping it so he couldn't get any damage done. Runs away to his trap. Roshan about to fall. And
Monet needs to pick it up.
The full control of the Roshan pick. Monet should be able to grab this with ease.
He gets it. He gets everything. She's Aegis. Where's the shard at? Oh, Razor picked up the shard. Will get it for himself. So whenever he's attacked and targeted with a spell, budget lightning released. This has to be like Storm Surge in general is the most boring ability in the game. It gives you move speed, bonus move speed, 24%.
It's a Windlace.
I mean, it's a better Windlace, but
it's a Windlace. Imagine having that in your spell. Poor Razor. Lana being eyed up by Gabbi, but he's going to project himself astral style across the map. Keep his farm rate going and shove out that bottom wave for now. And the net worth lead, you know, is still around that 3K mark, and I still have this feeling in my gut that TNC could pull out some magical team fight.
They definitely could, especially if they pull someone from the tier 3s into tier 4 towers. They have a lot of control. Wyvern also holding on to Gem for a very long time, being able to reward pretty much the whole jungle. All the locket is done.
So how do you want to see Aster approach this? Is it a case of we need to get super farmed, we need to get a pick off on a buyback hero? Can they just go high ground with Aegis cheese?
They should. I think they should try to threaten it. There is one Lotus Orb, so this is one way to protect yourself. Go through Magic Immunity, use it on a Batrider. Big pick off if they can get Wyvern.
Yeah, the Terrorize.
They're also going to get the Gem from this one.
A lot of damage. Stolen out by Razor. Boomy down. Gem on the deck. Do they know about it? He hid himself in the trees. So I don't know if they realize. Boomy's pinging it out.
You know, pro players, they don't even click on the hero before they attack him. So there is a Gem still hiding. White Album. It's very close.
Go on, Mr. Courier. Yes, speed burst, sprint it across, hiding in the fog. It's home. Oh, is it? Monet. He's not going to spot it. Oh,
Monet focus more on turning into Dark Willow.
Thank you. That is the important thing. Well pointed out, Lacoste.
Wretch would be very happy about this game. You know what's better than a Dark Willow? 2 Dark Willows.
2 Berescas! Oh! Get lots of bit of that. Gobble up. Centaur dies. Stop from the real Centaur of Bok. Has to be cookied back to safety, though. And look at this, the Dark Willow. Oh, Morphling pumping damage towards him, but a Cold Embrace will work at times. A lasso there. Quickly grabbing Aster and dragging them into this space. They're battling here, TNC. They've dropped them low, but no killing blow just yet. Moki's dead, but with buyback. They will defend their bottom lane of barracks now.
Monet turns once again into Dark Willow, a bit low on mana. So they need to reset. They need to be able to get the Guardian Ruses on cooldown. Top lane being pushed by Templar Assassin with the Psionic Projection. They got the tier 3 tower. They got the buyback from it. Razor also very greedy in that fight. Had a bottle instead of cheese in his inventory, so could potentially die because of it if they manage to lock him down. Now going into Shiva's Guard, which will provide more vision in the backlines, being able to jump the Winter Wyvern.
So Razor's got some really good talents, doesn't he? It's always felt he's been lackluster as we scale into that mid to late game point. But having strength, armor, tankiness, kind of similar to the Faceless Void talents that we've seen previously.
Well, nah, I don't think there's a hero as good as Faceless Void in terms of talents. He gets HP, he gets strength to level 10, level 15. Then you get Time Walk, duration, attack speed.
I say kind of similar. Don't take anything away from Faceless Void.
Gary, backtrack?
Am I backtracking? Backpedaling a little bit? Maybe. Well, Team Aster.
I love that we have some of the iconic Dota 1 abilities brought back into Dota 2. The one that I really like, Hex.
The TA, Stampede BKB, Astral Projection, gets the hell away from the Broodmother.
I wanted to see Craggy Code from Tiny, which was a thing, as is Shard, which was the most
broken as hell.
The most useless shard in the game.
Fuck.
You attack someone, you're stunned. Someone attacks you, you're stunned. Apologies. It was so good that I don't even remember what he was doing.
I mean, in Dota 1, what was it, like 25% chance for like a 1 second stun or something?
But before, it worked different in Dota 1 days, because every single time, like, you just clicked on something.
It's like when you start hitting.
When you start out stunned.
It's like that old Wind Ranger clip against Centaur, where she's like fake animation cancelling and still dying to return, Oh, those are the good old days where things just worked in wonderful ways, because they did.
Templar Assassin just hit level 25, 8 refraction instances on top of what she's got, so that's 14. They don't have overtime damage. This could be a big issue of bringing down Templar Assassin. They actually have none. Timeless Relic, Trickster Cloak, and that's for Team Aster.
Oh, Illusionist Cape there for the Centaur. Let's see if he hands that over to somebody else. The Scythe of Ice, though, on X Success. We've already seen how much it can do just with him around and some Spiderlings. And now he buys a Blink. So the Blink jump that we've been mentioning from TNC side, it's being responded to by some Blink jump of their own for Team Aster. It's an incredibly tanky Broodmother. I mean, X Success right now, 20k net worth. Leaps and bounds ahead of that Centaur, his counterpart in the position 3.
Still a very close game. We did not see a full team fight for a long time where both of these teams just go full force.
And there's a lasso. Enchantress, Lanham. I don't think I've seen his hero or said his name in about 10 minutes, but there he is, dead.
Very dead indeed. Timeless Relic found by TNC as well. I want to see that picked up possibly on a Batrider. Right now holding a Flicker, which allows him to dispel. What can he dispel? Enchant. He can dispel Spirit Vessel, Rampant Maze, and Cursed Crown, so not too bad. Also gives you some extra movement speed, so he might actually keep it. Timeless Relic might be picked up by a Snapfire. A lot of magical damage coming out, and she's got it.
I mean, in this kind of game, everyone's waiting for that next Roshan, the third one. But TNC...
Snapfire very greedy, even though picking up the Blink Dagger does not want to go for Shard. Like, this is the best combo that I've seen. First, it was all about that Solar Crest, but then you have a different ways of itemizing on a Snapfire with that Shard addition. Definitely one of the best shards in the game out there.
Yeah. Right now, it feels like TNC are outplaying Aster just macro style. Pushing out that top wave, the TA's jumping from lane to lane, shoving every single creep wave. And we see this effect where basically they're just being pushed around the map and not able to connect onto any real target. Gabbi might be out in the open now, though. The Blink Hex will find it.
Follow-up.
Broodmother with a Morphling here, BKB and the projection. Gets across to the Ancient Camps. Perfect efficiency from Gabbi. And again, no kill there from Aster.
Dark Willow needs to be playing with the Broodmother if they want to get a kill. Hex into Curse Crown Terrorize combination. There is one more. Wow. Just keep doing it.
Well, yeah, Gabbi just, I don't know, playing table tennis. He's just ping-ponging around the map. He's one side 1 second, the other side the next. Team Aster chasing ghosts. And again, this game just keeps on building up for TNC to a point at which their team fight could be overwhelming for Aster. And all those early game item decisions start to wear off in effectiveness. There's the flicker around. Boomy getting chased though. The Shadow Realm Morphling. He's had the Aghanims for a good 8-9 minutes, and we get to see it in proper action at long last. Bok TP's home. So will Tims, as well as Armel. And 1 minute for the Roshan to respawn.
No shard on Dark Willow. When you have Morphling turning into Dark Willow, Bramble Maze, you get the shard, even more. Then you get to that level 20.
More Brambles. Dark Willow going for Blink next after that Spirit Vessel. They really want that catch and kill capability. Templar Assassin, oh god. Daedalus, Titan Sliver, Aghanim Scepter. Every lane you look at is trending towards the dire side of the map when its TA is just given absolute freedom. That's going to help them take Roshan as well. I mean, Aster just on the back foot. They're pruning lanes. They're basically gardeners at this point.
It's very hard for them to deal with Templar Assassin. They don't have that instant stun. They have instant catch with the Broodmother, but they need some follow-up. They also don't have a Basher carrier this game.
I mean, look at this. Comes out of the Hex.
See ya.
BKB Astral. And again, doesn't need the BKB that time. He's loving it. They've got another side device here. The speedy battle rider. Blink Stomp with his curse. Overlapping good on the Enchantress.
Only the Enchantress.
They force Stab and Stampede away. They realize they flubbed it. Bit of a blundered initiation from TNC.
This is the ability that they need to win a team fight, to set things up for a possible Centaur Stomp.
Oh, look how fast they smoke. Aster knows that they've got a massive opportunity right now with no Winter's Curse, no Stampede. The ability to catch out one hero here. Buyback-wise, we're looking at what? TA, Snap, Wyvern with buybacks. Enchantress on the dire side has one.
Roshan being pinned out. They have a trap inside of it, but I believe there is a gem on Borax. He also has Timeless Relic, so longer duration stuns, longer duration Bramble Maze, more spell damage coming up from the Bedlam. On top of the Talon, Dark Willow is a hero that really shines into these like a bit prolonged fights if she can survive, or she goes in and after BKBs are down, deletes a core.
Yeah.
Well, Centaur
says hello to the entirety of Team Aster. TNC do have 5 alive. Considering the move in with a lasso play, they catch the Broodmother, drag her into the minus armor strikes. Down you go, but Bok is found. You're right, by the Shadow Realm Morphling. White Album gets on top of Gabbi, but the astral projection away from the static lane while Boomy blinks in.
With no curse, he just blinked in.
Blinks in and dies. Armel might be suffering the same fate here as well. Slowed by the Skadi, caught by the Shadow Realm, trying to Firefly over the cliff tops and blinks away, but you're right. Look at Gabbi go. You might be trying to do Roshan, but your bottom lane's in trouble. Curse Crown, Fear, terrorize up the TA. Morphling also arriving here to do some damage on the Gabbi. They've got the Templar Assassin.
They got it. Nice setup there from Borax. I don't know what the Wyvern was thinking. He blinked in. Maybe he was trying to forget about the bad curse that he used in the previous fight. And he's like, I forgot about it. I have it online.
I'll get this one.
Just blinks in and dies. So this is third Roche. Aghanim Scepter also available.
Did you buy back his TNC here, or did you let Aster have it?
You need to let them have it. You might just try to blink in with one of the heroes, steal it, and that's your best shot.
Well, no shot.
She's still in a pit. Someone please pick it up.
And Borax will take it. Aghanim's blessing for the Razor now. Cheese can get handed over as well. There's room bottled up by White Album.
The funniest part about Aghanims on Razor is that it affects towers, barracks, and the Ancient. It doesn't affect those buildings inside the base called buildings. I believe it doesn't. These useless things that absolutely do nothing. We're very creative about the wordings. Like, what are we gonna call them? A building. Here's a race. Or like, take a week off. You did your job.
Gonna get DMCA'd in a second. Can't call them that anymore. There's a lasso drag back. Armel flickers across. It's good damage goes Lanham, but he's healing through it. Sustaining the onslaught while Bot clears it up. Finally, picking off Lanham as a curse. Holds a couple of Aster in place. White Album chasing out Bot Centaur. But Aster now can turn and face the buildings. Structural damage is what they came for, and that's what they'll claim. Another gobble up. It's an illusion of the Snapfire sent
He makes
forward.
the illusion with the illusion escape, so always have something to gobble up and spit out. That's nicely done. Problem is that this time around, Cold Embrace, he turns into Shadow Rock and it goes first.
They've got great burst. White Album Zed didn't even cheese himself up. Broodmother and Morphling though back towards Bot, dusting him up. The Cold Embrace will stop the damage coming through onto the Centaur, but it's going to get under the end of it. Batrider, Aster buyback to defend your base now. Flame Break missing out. Monet speeding away. Morphling.
Link Force available.
Still going to get jumped on here. Batrider turned on. That
Look at
Monet
that damage,
Morphling
Gary.
does so much damage.
Oh, the problem is they used their buybacks. Like Templar Assassin still does not have it. Needs 2,000 gold. Farms fast, so might be able to farm it in the next like 2 minutes.
She bought the MKB.
She really did. Want to be able to counter that Morphling. They need damage. Butterfly already online on Morphling. I love that Morphling's going back to Lincoln Sphere. We can see that he lacks mana and also have one way to protect against the curse, protect against the lasso. Still holding that Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. After he regens the mana, Razor is out. They should try to go and finish this game.
So far we have seen, like you say, you like that Morphling's itemization because TNC's initiation, when it is crisp, when they get their teamfight ultis all chained up correctly, can hold out against Aster. But they need everything to go ever so right. As we have 2 Dark Willows now. Monet and Borax up in that top lane. Clearing out the wave. Gobble up, trying to delay that push. Illusionist kick, yeah. Takes the whole wave out. That's going to be annoying for Aster. You see that bottom lane, Gabbi's doing the exact same thing there, and this map maneuverability from all these heroes, incredible from TNC, just to slow down and delay this game out, make sure they get maybe another chance at Roshan. Maybe another couple of buybacks come up, another item arrives.
Templar Assassin needs a buyback, one more creep wave, she will have it.
And Aster prep themselves. Not going to bother dealing with that bottom wave.
White Album keeping the illusion escape, might want to try to go and possibly bait one big spell, either a curse or if he can get the lasso.
Monet.
There we go.
Lasso and illusion. They don't go for Monet. And White Album, he baits them out.
And this is, it's a bit lower cooldown because of the Octarine, but it allows them to get mega creeps. They will go and try to get some megas, 50 seconds until Aegis runs out.
Monet, an absolute madman with that Shadow Realm damage. If you get too close to that Morphling, you are done for. Look at it, it's raining hellfire onto Gabbi and Tim's. Ghost Scepter's needed. Try and push it back. Flame breaking to stop. Meltstruck there as well. Morphling has man down. Aegis though. Terrorized. Turn around with a curse. Focusing the real Dark Willows. He did to it. Absolutely is. On for 2 minutes. Oh, Aster. They want this tier 3 tower, but TNC are holding on. They're taking the Aegis and the chain stuns. They're catching the Morphling. No strength morph there. They've got Monet. No. He's out. Anyway,
He manages to get out. That was pretty big.
Ever so barely escaping. XXS still looking for that sideline push forward as Gabbi and Armel get onto White Album. Movement from the Razor though with BKB up. Wearing them down to Gabbi. They've got minus arm on XXS here. They can't find the Broodmother though, and Monet with White Album have already slipped out of range.
They need to get more. Lasso is available. He does not want to go for it. Force Staff plus Flicker was also available. Whoa, that was so close.
Oh, I tried
Half a second. Morphling, he decided to go for the waveform charges. Almost died there because he couldn't get the shift off. Gets it off at the last second.
And having both of those charges so good with a Shadow Realm as well. If you're able to go aggressive onto someone, blow them up in a matter of seconds. But again, this situation now getting closer to level 30. buybacks even more important. I mean, paramount really for TNC to hold on to their base, losing out on the entirety of their bottom lane of barracks. And that mid lane as well. And just one lane remains. And still a good 2 minutes until Roshan. So any form of play they wanted to make, taken out of their hands just by the RNG and the timing. Gonna have to go in towards mid lane instead. Tier 2 towers there.
Morphling bought out. He does not have buyback. He does have a buyback, like cost kicking in. Apologies, I was looking at the Razor, got confused by a blue icon. It was like 4,000 gold. That's enough. Why does it say that that he doesn't have it? But yeah, bought out the E-Blade. Still thinking about getting either a BKB, maybe a Lincoln's. He's still swapping things around. Could possibly get rid of the Boots of Travel. Also, he ate that Aghanim Scepter.
And Razor there with a refresher orb. Multiple BKBs, multiple ultis. An ability to destroy buildings incredibly quickly. He's out in the open. Locks away, Lotus is off the Cursed Crown. Terrorize not going to land in time. And even a bit of invis there. Coming out his Trickster's Cloak with the lasso up. They'll try gobble up, spinning forward. They get Monet! Beautiful pick off from TNC, now the curse. They've got Gabbi jumping out of there. They don't want to contend with the Razor anymore. Broodmother in the back lines. Taking down Tips. The spiraling army's coming the cost. They want the back rider here.
Refresher.
And Bok can't save him with a stomp. He's been BKB turned off by the Razor, but you're right.
They need to fall back. Just wait. Roche may respawn in 20 seconds. Can they get another kill from this?
They can't finish anyone off. They might find Lanham next. And Assassins on top of the Enchantress. Stomp is there. Captain Edge. Armel again. Should be able to take him down slowly, but surely.
Well, Morphling right now probably regrets that he bought that E-Blade instead of going for the Lincoln Sphere, because it changed his mind. Does not want to get BKB anymore. Lincoln Sphere in the quick buy. Roshan will respawn in 50 seconds, so Morphling will be out. Enchantress will not. She does not have a buyback. He used it 3 minutes ago.
It's a long death timer on her. I mean, I feel like we've got to the point now, Lacoste. Net worth lead.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right?
Now.
Meaningless. It's all about execution. It's all about map control. And if we think about the story we've been telling for the past 52 minutes, that's what TNC has. Map control and team fight execution. Aster on the back foot, honestly, at this point, it's regards need to pull a big team fight out of the bag, even though they're 2 lanes of racks ahead. Even though we've seen them take Roshan after Roshan. They're the ones on the potential verge, on the brink now.
Centaur is a bit too tanky to... Has evasion, has extra magic resistance from the Trickster Cloak, invis, on top of Heart. Templar's at level 29. There we go. I don't know if they can get the time.
1,000 last hits for TA. Well, very close. We'll round out a little bit. Yes, finds the catch. Down goes Fumi. Place back. They're still in the pit. No, Bok there, battling with Roshan. Gabbi can't get in there. Oh, it's troublesome for TNC. Invis out from the Centaur. Spiraling's looking to count them out. The curse. They get the back lines. Boomy's buyback. Pick it off. Big time. Kill on Borax. Bok in a box back too. But Roshan. It's falling and grabs.
Mel grabs it.
Oh, Mel gets it.
He gets everything.
Barrel picks everything for the Roshan and gets the lasso. He's got the Morphling.
Morphling instant buyback. He's coming back.
No, he's got a double kill. They've killed Exodus. They've got this one. The buybacks from Aster required. TNC. They're floating around their own spit. Spawn on stuff. They might lose Armel here. They need Batrider to die, but he jumps.
Flicker of the cookie. He's out of the trouble.
He escaped from Gabbi BKBs and turns. Holy shit, that damage. Clears through Bora. Nearly takes right up with him. But that Hex, that E-Blade, they're keeping him Bok alive. He brought back earlier. They can't let him lose his life. Quick cookie away. But I think Bok is stuck.
Trickster Cloak available. He's full HP.
And
Be
Tim,
careful.
the Mark Summer turns
White
back
Album.
with the White Album, but they kill the Creep. Gabby's still here. Captain goes for the Mouth Strike. BKB up to the Razor. They decide the Hexter. Bok with a stop.
Another good save.
He's invis. He's invis. Bok is here. Set up stun for the Luxo turn. They take down the Razor. They've got multiple blocks in place. Oh, TNC!
Seems like TNC TNC are doing it. They're actually.
I mean, Armel, they're still on the Morphling.
Oh, they
Gabbi's
got
there
it.
with the
They got it.
They've got it.
This
2
might be
minutes
the
of Morphling. Righty, but they've got a curse again.
A lot of creeps in the base. Someone needs to address that problem, and almost 2 full minutes. They need to run down the mid lane. Damage coming up from Gabbi. And also Armel. He jumps in. He gets anything picked up from Roshan. Flaming Lasso upgraded his Aghanim Scepter and picked up the Aegis. Also a Refresher Shard, so he's good to go. Level 28, I believe that's where Assassin hit. Hit level 30 in that fight, so 1 second meld hit bash on top of it. He's going
damage.
in. TNC is going for the finish.
They want to end this one right here, right now. Take it to game 3, boys. No Morphling for 80, no Razor for 40 seconds. Literally no buybacks in this game right now. And TNC, they're the ones on the very verge of taking game 2. Here 3's opened up. Success will get a quick hex out there. But Bok is in between their
He's
balls.
already there waiting. That game, Gary.
It looks like game over.
They do not have enough time.
Well, alive in 3, but it's going to be, what, a 5 versus 2, and GP is called!
They know they got no business in this game whatsoever. A bit of a weird itemization. Morphling probably regrets it too much, not being able to pick up that Lincoln skin that he wanted for so long. Decided to go for something extra greedy, and this Templar Assassin with the Aghanim Scepter, you know, just gets the most out of the map, and they defended the